Okay, hello, 안녕하세요. Matthew Binns here, joined by Peter Hampshire.
Good evening.
And we have continued our tour of Korea for K-League opening weekend. We are down in Gwangju, where the returnees, Gwangju FC, played Seongnam FC, and they lost 2-0, Peter.
It was a disappointing performance in all truth, and a woeful start. Came out of the blocks sloppily, I thought. 2-0 down after just 11 minutes after a Yang Dong-hyun brace. And the defending for those two goals left a lot to be desired.
It did indeed. They certainly got caught on the flat foot there. Yang Dong-hyun's first goal, it was an assist from... read me notes. And it's like we are lit up by phone light because they have quickly switched the floodlights off with no fans here tonight.
We were doing candles next. It was you and Sue, wasn't it, that crossed it in?
It was you and Sue. Yeah, I can just about read it here. It was quite a good assist by him.
It was a good move from Seongnam. I just thought that the two centre backs for Gwangju, Shermatov and Lee Han-do, they afforded him far too much space to head in because he was only 6 yards out from goal. And, that is a big insect that's just landed. He was only 6 yards out from goal, and it was far too easy at this level. That's going to get punished, isn't it? And Gwangju found that out. I thought they looked a bit naive coming into the game for the first opening exchanges and conceded the second soon after.
Yeah, well, and the second one as well, that was good work by Yang Dong-hyun as well, I thought.
Yeah, he turned nicely in the box. He got it back onto his favoured right foot, and Yoon Pyong-guk, he had no chance, did he, in the Gwangju goal? But again, Gwangju just seemed to afford far too much time, far too much space, and almost just watched him get on with his business.
Yeah. Well, there was a change made in the first half. It was something we weren't going to touch on, but I think it's occurred a few times last season. It's occurred times again in the past, and I think we should bring it up again. And that was 37th minute. Kim Jin-hyun came off. He's the under-22 player for Gwangju. Again, K-League, you always have to have an under-22 player in your squad to start with, otherwise only 3 substitutes. What did you make of that? Was it a tactical change by the manager, or do you think he was just using it? He'd just been played to help get around this rule?
I mean, Im Min-hyuk's always a great player to have come off the bench as an impact sub, but I personally, the way it looked was a planned substitution that he thought about doing before the game because of a way of getting around that under-22 rule, which is not really what we like to see. That's not why the rule's been implemented. And it was strange because he'd literally just hit the crossbar 10 seconds earlier, and he was involved in the game. He wasn't having a bad performance by any means.
No, well, that's what you get if you hit the crossbar from that range.
It's quite harsh on a 20-year-old.
It really was. But so he came off. There were also a number of debuts today. The most notable one for Gwangju was up front. Yeah,
Marco Serena, I thought at times he connected well with Felipe, which is going to be a huge partnership for Gwangju this year if they're going to perform better than today and get some points on the board, which I really hope they do. Otherwise, it's going to be a long season for me. And I thought it was a promising debut. He only lasted 60 minutes, which is probably something to do with his match fitness. So hopefully he lasts longer in the future.
Yeah. If you're wondering why we're looking a bit anxious, everyone, that is because you cannot see it, but right in front of us is the biggest insect you will ever see. And we are standing well clear of it. It's not moving at the moment. We're still okay. I hope as well you can also hear us. The rain yesterday has damaged our microphone, so we have to use the internal microphone on the computer here. So please bear with us. I hope you can hear us nice and clearly, especially with the masks on that we have to wear for social distancing. Just going back to the debuts, there was a debut in net for Seongnam FC. Glory Kim, as he was known at Seoul Eland, or Kim Yong-kwan, as he is also known. Good performance from him today.
Kim Yong-kwan, really impressive. And I know our Daegu columnist, Moo Yol-jung, he mentioned perhaps at Seoul Eland, he was just playing in front of a poor defence for the last few seasons. And really his natural level should be in the K-League 1.
Yeah, I mean, he did not look out of place today.
He claimed everything.
Yeah. I mean, he was versing Gwangju last season as well, but I think Gwangju did okay against Seoul Eland last season.
Yeah, it was the opening game again.
It was the opening game. And it was... we're just going to move on to a couple more things because the lights are off. This, as we said, this is all by candlelight. So I think they're trying to kick us out. We can see a security guard up there. He's looking at us. Anyway, let's just quickly leave on a couple of positive notes. Gwangju, it was a harsh defeat today. They were caught off guard at the beginning, but were you pleased with anything you saw from them today?
I mean, they had plenty of possession and plenty of opportunities in the game. I just think they were too predictable.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that Park Jin-sok did today was change the formation that worked so well last season, where they had a solid base of 3 in midfield. Today it was 4-4-2. I think they missed that solidity with Park Jong-soo, who the manager did bring on in the end. I think that was just to shore it up.
Yeah.
Promising though, and don't get too downbeaten, downhearted from a first game of the season. It throws up some results, doesn't it, sometimes?
It does, yeah.
First game back in the top division, going to Seoul away next week. Perhaps that'll suit them more, where they're less fancies to get a win.
Yeah, I think we have to remember it is the first game of the season. You can't make too many assumptions there. And that brings us nicely onto a question that I can see coming in from our very own Daegu columnist, Jung via YouTube. He is asking whether K-League United writers should rethink Seongnam's changes this season. And he kindly points out that both of us picked Seongnam to finish 12th.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks, Muriel. Took us under the bus there. But no, it is a very good point. It was overwhelmingly picked by our writers that we thought Seongnam was going down. I will defend myself first. We made our predictions. Us two made our predictions back in February. And there's been an extended pre-season. There have been a couple of transfers in since then. So perhaps maybe we'd reevaluate, but that's no fun. That's no fun. It's good to see how wrong we are. And I'd also defend it by saying, have you seen our other predictions? But, Sangju Sangmu for 4th. But yeah, I think let's not overjudge it. They have versed a team that's just been promoted.
Yeah.
A team that also we predicted to struggle. We didn't think Gwangju were going to make waves this season. We thought they'd be okay, but we thought Seongnam have only beaten a team that's come up. Yeah, perhaps they will do better than 12. If they play like they did today, then they should do. But it's a long season. Well, a shorter one than usual, but it's still 27 games.
Well, they look really comfortable. And Yang Dong-hyun obviously scored the 2 goals. And if you can continue that form going forward. They didn't bring on Tomislav Kiss, which we were quite disappointed about because we put a lot of research into that. Research into
good puns. Yeah. We had so many puns. You wouldn't been able to. I was going to use a bit of an Anton Deck, PJ and Duncan quote there. So many quotes, don't know how to use them. Shouldn't be kissing during social distancing. Anyway, that's terrible. That's terrible. But yes, looking forward to him playing soon. He looks an exciting striker on paper. Perhaps they're saving him for the home debut. Also, final thing, I can see Tay Min in the Facebook comments there. He's come in saying that the FA Cup has started. Well, yes, they did. And we've actually, because we've been travelling, we had to travel down to Gwangju today after being up in Jeonju last night. And we were catching bits on the train today. So I won't give any analysis there, but the fixtures were streamed live on YouTube. I believe they are still there. If you want to watch the full matches, the highlights are definitely there. Go and have a look at them. There was one that caught our eye. I think we were all interested in Daejeon Korail.
Yeah. And interestingly, they've got through to the second round to play Hwasong. So that's last 2 of last year's semi-finalists up against each other in the second round.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right. Anyway, we're going to... I think they want us out. It is incredibly dark here right now. So we're going to go. We're going to try and catch some players in the mix. I'm going to see if there is a mix zone tonight. Yesterday, the mix zone was cancelled because of the rain. It is currently dry. We might be okay, but I can't see any players on the pitch. It was also cancelled today down in Suwon. So, yeah, the mix zone has to be carried out on the pitch these days. Anyway, we're going to go. I bid you all good night. Continue social distancing, stay safe, and we'll be back soon.